Guys, I'm in an awful mood today, and let me tell you why I'm in an awful mood. I sent out a tweet yesterday saying my day sucked. I'm depressed. It's a crappy day, yada, yada, yada. Let me explain to you why. There's a couple of things that led to this. I'm going to tell you, and they kind of coincided with each other. Here's the first thing, and this is very trivial. The San Francisco Giants suck. There, I just said it. You suck. The team sucks. I can't watch another freaking game. I lost count of how many games you lost and you've blown since the All-Star break. You stink. Every one of you stink, from manager Bruce Bochy to my beloved Buster Posey to Hunter Pence. You all stink. And I'm so freaking aggravated with the Giants right now. You can't even imagine. You can't even imagine. That's number one. Here's number two. Yesterday, I'm working my butt off to get interviews in the can, and I'm having a problem with the computer. For some reason, I'm losing my video. So I have to do the ins and the outs and the wraparound over and over and over again because I don't know why I'm losing my video. I'm getting so frustrated that somehow, some way, I go to delete one video. The next thing I see on my screen is the first 30 videos are currently being deleted. I went to hit stop right away. I got out of my computer. I went back in, and of course, 30 videos are gone. The last 30 videos we did are gone, including interviews I've conducted that you've not even seen yet. We're trying to get with our YouTube partner to see if there's some way we can get them back. I'm sitting on freaking pins and needles. The day comes to a close yesterday. They don't get back to us, so I can't sleep all freaking night because I don't know if we're going to get these videos back, and let's assume that we're not. So I'm in a very bad, freaking depressed mood to begin with. 30 videos of our work, my work, Jeff's work. You hadn't even seen a lot of it yet. So I get up this morning. I'm literally up at about 5 o'clock. And our partner is on the West Coast, so it's 4 o'clock there. I know they don't even open the place for another 5 hours, but I can't sleep. So I go online. I try to take my mind off things, and I literally get an email that sends me through the freaking roof. I mean, lit the freaking bong, bro. This was it. This was the one that set me off. So I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to gather myself. I'm going to read this email to show people how stupid they are and to use as an example exactly what's wrong with the world today. I'm going to use it as an example so we can all understand why we can't get out of our own ways on this freaking planet. But before I do, I'm going to bring myself down. I need a little peace and harmony. So I'm going to open up the show with song. I'm going to play my make-believe piano here, and I'm going to sing. I'm going to calm the nerves before I go out on a rant that you've never heard before. Here we go. Ebony and ivory live together in perfect harmony, side by side on my piano keyboard. Oh Lord, why don't we? People, we all know that people are the same wherever we go. There is good and bad in everyone. We'll learn to live. We'll learn to give each other what we need to survive. Together alive. have ebony and ivory. I've just set the press. Listen, for a guy, here's the funny thing. For a guy that's racist, I don't know if you can see this over here. Look at the first album that happens to be on my stack. You see who this is? Let me show you who this is. This is all ad lib now. I didn't even plan on doing this. You know who this is? Let me read the title to you. Sammy Davis Jr. That's all. The great Mr. Bojangles, Sammy Davis Jr., one of the greatest entertainers in the history of the freaking world. A man I love, I adore, I treasure. Sammy Davis Jr. There. Mr. Racist himself, the top album. All right, let me set the story straight so you all understand. Over the weekend, I couldn't sleep as usual, so I got up at about 4 a.m. and I got on the worldwide interweb. And as I'm on the interweb and as I'm looking through the sites and whatnot, of course, I come across multiple sites that are reporting blow by blow by blow of a wrestling event that's happening over in Japan. And it's about 4 o'clock in the morning, and these dweebs are on their computer printing out every freaking word, blow by blow, what's happening at some wrestling show in Japan. So now I'm sitting there and I'm literally saying to myself, bro, if somebody is up 4 o'clock in the morning and they're literally writing word for word of what's happening in fake fights on another continent at 4 in the morning, and they're taking it as serious as World War III just broke out. They're taking it as serious as somebody just declared war on the United States. I'm saying to myself, what kind of a person is this that fake fights over in Japan is so important to them that they're up at 4 o'clock in the morning reporting on this? Okay, so this is what's going through my mind. So the next thing that goes through my mind is entertainment. Vince, you got to have fun with this. You got to do your own report on what's happening there over in Japan at 4 o'clock in the morning. It'll be funny and it'll be entertaining. So I decided about 4 a.m. that I'm going to take the results off of this site, and I am going to read the results myself, and I'm going to put out the YouTube to kind of show people, like, do you realize how ridiculous this is, honestly, that you're reporting on make-believe wrestling matches on another continent at 4 o'clock in the morning? Like, does anybody, see the ridiculousness in this? So I read the results, and of course, with my New York accent and the combination of these Japanese names, I'm doing the best that I can, but I'm butchering these names, not on purpose, as an absolute shoot. I'm reading these names that are on the paper, and I'm trying to pronounce the names as best as I can. And listen, if you know me, you know I butcher names. Just yesterday I was talking about that woman on Modern Life, I think it is, Modern Family, whatever it is, Sophia Viagra. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Sophia, I think it's Sophia Viagra. I think that's what it is. But I butcher names all the time. Everybody knows that. When I was talking about Finn Balor the other day, I don't know how many times I said the Lion King instead of the Lion Demon. That's what I do, bro. Sometimes the words come out of my mouth faster than they can go through whatever's in my head. But the fact of the matter is, I was pronouncing the names as best as I could. But it was a 100% comedy entertainment bit. Okay? This is exactly what's wrong with the world. And this is why there is so much hatred in the world. And this is why there is racism in the world. Let me read to you an email that I received based on those vignettes or those YouTube videos that was strictly entertainment. Here is an email I received this morning. Vince, I know you're a self-professed simpleton, but you need to at least know better than to insult Japanese names. It's just unnecessary, and you come across as really ignorant, uncultured, and ethnocentric. You're not only hurting the feelings of Japanese listeners like myself, but also yourself. You've also made ignorant comments about Vietnam in the past. Just remember that you have fans and supporters all around the world, not just the US. I'm not asking you to like wrestling promotions outside the US, but you've at least got to have respect for other cultures. In fact, you should know better yourself. Remember when you said we should all love our neighbors and treat each other well? If you really believe that, it's time you walked the talk. Bro, let me break the news to you. As stupid as I am, it's time you walk the walk. You can't walk a talk. I intend to keep listening to you, but one more ignorant comment and you're out. Okay, here's your one more ignorant comment. You're a jackass. You're an idiot. You're an imbecile. You're exactly the reason why there's racism in this world. People like you that are looking to take a comedy bit and looking to take my mispronunciation of Japanese wrestlers that I can't pronounce, looking to take that and to turn it into something it's not. You are ignorant. So I hope that is the comment that makes you never listen to my show again, because fella, it's people like you that create racism and create the problems we have in the world today. If you could not see the comedy in what I presented, and if you could not see as a shoot, I could not pronounce these names, but that leads to me insulting an entire culture. That leads to me not loving my neighbor because I can't properly pronounce Japanese wrestlers' names. You are the freaking problem. Look in the freaking mirror. You are the freaking problem. There are so many things I can pint out about this letter. I should know better than to insult Japanese names. How am I insulting a name because I can't pronounce it? I'm insulting that person because I can't pronounce their name. That is the most asinine thing I've ever heard of. It's unnecessary. Oh, it's unnecessary to mispronounce a name that I can't pronounce properly. Then I've made comments about Vietnam. I got to tell you something, brother. First of all, I don't even know where Vietnam is. If you gave me a map right now, I don't even know where Vietnam is. I don't know anything about Vietnam or the Vietnamese people. Nothing. Bro, you want to know the truth? I don't even know how the Vietnam War started. I know nothing about it. So the fact that I made ignorant comments about Vietnam, I know nothing about Vietnam. I never claimed to know anything about Vietnam. So I would love to know what these ignorant comments I made about Vietnam. I don't even know where the freaking place is on a map. I guess that makes me racist too. Then to say this, you should know better yourself. Remember when you said we should all love our neighbors and treat each other well? If you really believe that, it's time you walked the talk. Okay, so let me get this straight. I don't love my neighbor because I can't correctly pronounce their name. I hope you're watching this, whoever you are, so you could see how ignorant you are, and you can see how, you are the basis for the problems in this world, because there are so many people just looking to sit back and scream and yell racism, racist, whether it's against the blacks or the whites or the Mexicans or Puerto Rican people or the Japanese people, or if they're freaking Martians. Everybody's just ready to sit back and say racist, racist, when the fact of the matter is I was making fun of the idiots in their mother's basements, reporting on fake fights that were taking place across the country at 4 o'clock in the morning. That was the freaking point of what I did. And you're going to take that and turn that into this BS? That's the freaking problem. Not that there are people that are racist, but there are people like you that are just sitting there ready, finger on the trigger, to take everything out of context to accuse people of stuff that's absolutely asinine. So I hope this was the last ignorant statement of mine that you've heard, and I hope you never listen to my show again. I don't want people like you listening to my show. You need to go to therapy instead of listening to my show. Somebody needs to explain to you, we're not all racist out here. Some of us do love all races and all colors and all creeds and all sexes. There are some of us like that. The guy was making a joke about the wrestling business. Go to see a therapist. Don't listen to my show anymore. Do me a freaking favor. This is the problem with this world. Idiots like this that want to take something totally out of context, and I'm making fun of an entire race. Screw you, buddy. Don't tell me who I like and who I don't like, because the fact of the matter is I love all people. I've worked with all people in my freaking life, and quite frankly, I didn't care what your religion was. I didn't care what your nationality was. I didn't care what your race was. I didn't care what the color of your skin was. I didn't care about what accent you talked in. I could have cared less. It didn't matter to me. All people are the freaking same. That's Rihanna right there. I look at every day and I put her over as a goddess. I hate to break the news to you. Rihanna is dark-skinned. Do you understand that? Rihanna is dark-skinned and my favorite singer in the world. So I'm so tired of freaking bullshit like this with people that are just ready to hit the freaking button about race and about color and about this and about that. Screw you, bro. Go get some freaking therapy. Enough already. Screw you. That's it. I'm out. Now I'm sweating. I hope everybody's happy.